We start with illustrating a customer journey. Let me see that. Okay. What do you mean by illustrating customer journey? Well, I'm showing you a case study based on our client. My client sells, what do we call it? iPhone accessories. My client sells iPhone accessories. Okay, so he is selling on marketplaces as well as their own website. So I'm just gonna break down to you that, what are the pros and cons when you advertise on marketplace and, e-commerce websites. But first thing when we come in is it's really important to draw the customer journey. So what do you mean by customer journey? Is to break your audiences into this, based on the funnel layer. So we all already touched that core audiences are the people that you want to target. People you know that, look, these are females with kids below 12-year-old that lives 10 kilometers radius from KL area. These are your target audience, you know that. But these are the people that do not know about you or your product or what you have got to offer yet. Cold audiences. We call that cold audiences. Now the next thing that you want to do is you want to run advertisement to change or to convert these cold audiences into your warm audiences. Now warm audiences are fundamentally people who actually came to your website but they didn't purchase. Now if you run a video advertisement, you are able to target people who watch your video up to 50% but didn't do anything. So that means something really important. Those are your warm audiences. People with high intent, okay, about your product or services but haven't become your customer yet. Your warm audiences. So warm audiences, you want to turn them into your hot audiences. Either you want to turn them into, hot audiences could be different way. Either, in my opinion, for e-commerce, hot audiences could be people who actually initiate the checkout. That's hot. Warm and hot. Hot, warm. Anyway, so it's like, yeah? That sounds like a way to describe a girl. Anyway, yeah, that works. Super hot. Hot audiences, but for B2B businesses, it could be someone who submitted lead to you. Or for e-commerce, even you could be someone who actually asks questions about your product. That could be your hot audiences as well. Okay, even your past customers are your hot audiences. Why? Because it's easier to work on your warm or hot audiences. Always remember, it's easier to work on your warm or hot audiences because they already know you, they already buy from you. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to turn them into your loyal customer to increase their customer lifetime value. So last but not least, we're looking at conversions. Conversions means, sorry. Okay, bear with me a bit. So conversions are, of course, people who purchase, people who become your customer. Okay, and then the next thing that you can do is you're able to use all these, let's say, converted or people who are warm audiences or hot audiences and turn them into your, and create lookalike audiences based on them. Now that's another thing that makes Facebook advertising really powerful. Say for example, you have got a data of 10,000 people who purchased from you before. Okay? You're able to import, say you have their phone numbers. You're able to import these 10,000 phone numbers into Facebook and they are able to match their users according to your phone numbers. Most of the cases, you're able to match at least 50%, which means 10,000 go in, you have 5,000 audiences that you can run advertisement to. Now, based on these 5,000 people, you're able to create lookalike audience based on the demographic and the key characteristics of these 5,000 people. It's really powerful. It can actually increase the effectiveness for up to 40%. Say if you're running to 10,000 cold audiences versus 10,000 lookalike audiences. Both are your cold audiences theoretically, because but this lookalike audience, because it's grouped based on the key characteristics of your existing hot and warm audiences, makes it highly relevant. Okay, the conversion rate can be as much as 40% difference. So it's really important. So this is how you illustrate the customer journey. So to put it into a perspective of an e-commerce business, now it's in the marketplace. So this is my client's case. If he's selling on marketplace, okay, what happened is he's able to first, he knows that I spent 100 ringgit, I'm able to drive 100 clicks to my website. But next layers, he won't be able to track. because Marketplace do not allow you to install Pixel. I mean, which is the key thing to start tracking actions on your website. So what is the next thing that he can do? Is he's able to see, you know, look, I spent 100 ringgit, probably I get 1,000 sales from this, but I won't be able to tell actually how many people are from my advertisement and how many people are from the Marketplace existing users itself, you see. But the next thing that you can do is you're able to group all these people back, you know, run another advertisement to them, etc. That's why what I wanted to highlight here is the big chunk of here. Accept visitors and purchase. This big chunk of here is something that is really missing when you're advertising on marketplaces. Okay, so compared to when you're advertising on your own website, so everything, okay, everything, I mean every actions on your website are traceable using Facebook Pixel. Now, Facebook Pixel is a string of code that you need to install in your website to start tracking all these actions. It's not rocket science. It's really easy to create and install. Use it. If you already have a website, regardless whether you are an e-commerce website or a B2B website or whatsoever, have Facebook Pixel installed. It's good to start tracking actions from, you know, earlier. Do it earlier. It's always good. So to look at, I mean, these are the custom audiences that you can create. I mean, just to show you some example, customer files means you're able to import your data into Facebook and create custom audiences, and this is based on your website traffic, and then the engagement is based on, you know, the engagement that people have on your Facebook page, your video, your lead form, etc. So, yeah, custom audiences. Okay? Am I, you know, going too fast? Do you have any questions for me as of now? All good? Now let's move next. So Facebook Pixel tracks or actually captures, okay, 9 fundamental pixel events. So these are the pixel events that you can actually look at. Like for example, you're able to know that how many people added to cart, initiated checkout, and how many people actually added payment info and purchase. And all these data gives you a very good picture about how your visitors moves from one funnel layer to another. So contextual advertising, in my opinion, is really about, you know, optimizing the customer journey and building a funnel based on it, and to tackle each and every one of it. Of course, when you're talking about optimization for each, that's another story to talk about, but at least we know that we want to break it into funnels, layers like this. So the next thing that we will do is, after we have actually kind of like visualized a so-called customer journey for an e-commerce business, the next thing that we're going to do is we want to identify audiences or so-called audience segments that we want to use, you know, for our advertising, Facebook advertising campaigns. So I'm just going to quickly break it down into, I'm just going to give you some examples, okay? So you don't want to snap yet. Later when I tell you that, oh, it's all good, then you snap. Okay? Because else you'll be a lot of pictures. Because you know my slide drops one by one. So the first thing that we want to capture for e-commerce businesses. I'm talking about e-commerce websites. Okay? E-commerce businesses with your own website. So I want to capture this audience. The first one is I want to capture people who visited your website but didn't purchase for the past 30 days. This is your first audience, okay? Your second audience would be people who added to cart or initiated checkout but didn't purchase in the past 14 days. Okay? It's okay, you just, you know, get all this. Then I will help you to put together, you know, all these puzzles to look at the whole big picture again. The next audience is that I want to target, that I want to capture is people who purchase in the past 30 days. Okay, why do we want to capture people who purchase in the past 30 days? Sorry? It might buy again. Okay, yes, correct. But what we really want to do here is we want to exclude them. Well, I don't know what you sell, but most of the time tendency is if somebody bought your product from you within the last 30 days, they won't buy again. So you should exclude them. So the next we're looking at is we want to look at people who visited and purchased on your website in the past 180 days. What are you going to do with this? We're going to remind them, yes, we're going to include them. Now, good. We have inclusion and exclusion. So that's what we will be doing, you know, when it comes to Facebook advertising strategy. So the next is, if you run advertisement using a video, you're able to capture people who watch your video from 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 25%, 50%, 95%. Sorry, 75% and 95%. And that's a very important targeting. So say really, if you are running a video of how you want to demonstrate your product and it lasts for 10 minutes, okay, so that's, yeah, 50% means a lot for your business already, okay? Now, the next one is we were actually looking at, you know, people who engage with your page for the past 30 days. Now, if you run advertisement, you won't be able to run away from PMs. You won't be able to run away from people who actually just, I don't know, how many percent of our PMs really turn into sales? But PMs, they are still PMs. It's, you know, a Malaysia thing. So you still want to capture these people who PM you, you know, in the past 30 days. And of course, we will be able to use all these warm audiences to create lookalike audiences and apply them into your cold audience advertising. I mean, so-called the top layer targeting. So, if you break your audience into this way, okay, I'm just gonna show you it quickly. Let's say, for example, this is my client's website. So I'm able to tell you how many people, you know, let's say how many, in the past 1 month, how many people actually visited website who didn't purchase, how many purchased, added to cart but didn't purchase, for etc. So all together, all these audiences, for example, are added to cart, initiated checkout but didn't buy, 100. Purchase past 30 days, 80. And then visitors who purchased in the past 180 days, 500. People who viewed the bloody 10 minutes video up to 50%, 400. Now, if you're looking at this kind of audience size, okay, don't quote me for this. Okay, I'm just gonna share with you some statistics based on our experience. This is based on it's kind of like an average statistics based on our clients' cases. So let's say if you're looking at this less than 2,000, about 2,000 people that we want to target, okay, by spending 500 ringgit, you're able to reach them more than 10 times per month. That's what we're talking about. Now, do you think that all these people are more likely to convert? So if you have a 1,000 ringgit, say for example, only 1,000 ringgit to spend, of course all of us have limited budget. If you spend 500 here means that you will have, you know, likely higher conversion rate. And the other 50% you'll be spending to get cold audiences. That makes the strategy work. Okay, so let me put it into a strategy formation to show you how you can actually optimize on all these audiences. So how to build a Facebook advertising strategy out of these so-called segments or audiences is that we're going to break it. Of course, I have to do this. These are the Facebook advertising objectives available. How many of you have seen this before? Yes, you have seen this before. Not many. So this is exactly what we will be discussing in our masterclass. We're going to go through each and every one of them really to understand. Like, for example, traffic. You know, should I drive traffic to my website or should I drive conversion to my website? And why? You know, why not conversion? Why traffic? Why? So these are the questions that we'll be answering, you know, in the masterclass. So, really, the Facebook advertising strategy that we're going to put out is here. Look, 50% of the budget goes to cold audiences, which we are using lookalike audiences as cold audiences. Okay? Meaning that lookalike audience are people who have purchased. And the percentage actually represents the number of audience, the percent based on our Facebook users base. So let's say we have 22 million Facebook users in Malaysia. 1% is 220,000. 3% is 660,000. Okay, etc. So you can actually target up to 10%, which is 2.2 million with lookalike audiences. So depending on your strategy, okay, if you go for the lower one, which is about 1%, which is 220,000, that's the most accurate one. But if you use lookalike audience plus location targeting, okay, 1% may be too small. So you might want to push to 3%, which is 660,000. After you zoom into locations, it could become, you know, 200,000 to 300,000. That's a good size of audience to start. Do not push for 1 million or 2 million or 5 million. A lot of people like to do that. Wow, the more I have means the higher popularity. Come on lah. our mathematics teaches that, you know, 1 out of 10 that might converts to 1 out of 1,000 that might convert. Which one makes more sense? If you go for 1 million, that's 1 out of 1,000 could be, or even less. So it's all probability. You want to hit to the niche audience size because probability game. You know, it's a probability game. So the first segment or first budget, we will go to all these co-audiences, lookalike audience, you know, and then we will optimize for clicks, which is website traffic. Because that's the action that we want to quantify them into our warm audiences. I just want you to come to my website. Whether you buy or not, I don't care, because I'm going to cook you anyway. So that's the whole strategy. So when you come over to my website, I'm going to run my next advertisement to you, which I'm going to target those people who visited in the past 30 days, but didn't purchase, of course. Okay? And I'm going to run product catalog advertisement. Now, what is product catalog ads? Product catalog ads is what Lazada has been doing. You know, you see one product, you don't buy. Next thing is this product and their friends follow you everywhere you go. So that's product catalog ads. Okay? I mean, every brand can do this. It just need to go through some technical setup, you know, in order to do that. And product catalog ads is really powerful. So I will spend about 30% of my budget to these people, because just now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are about 800 people who didn't buy, you know. And then the next advertisement that I will go to is people who, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one. My third campaign will go out to people who added to cart, initiated checkout, but didn't purchase. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like, look, you have come this far, 10 ringgit. I'm bait lah and buy. So that's, you know, sometimes it's exactly like you have to go according to where they are right now. So my next objective that I'll be using is to actually run advertisement to the people who have purchased in the past 180 days, excluding those who have purchased in the past 30 days. And I'm going to tell them that, look, I have this promotion, come back and buy. So let's remember, it largely depends on your so-called conversion window. So it all goes back to what you sell. It's really important to understand what you sell. What is the conversion window that you're looking at? Is it 3 days? Is it 7 days? Is it 1 month? So for my friend's case, for my client's case, what he really sells is he sells iPhone accessories. So what he sells is all these like super expensive headphones lah, casing lah, and all these things. So the conversion window averagely is about 15 to 30 days, because people need to think. You're not like buying some, you know, pasar malam thing. You're buying something like worth 500 ringgit and above. So you might need to consider, you need to ask your girlfriend first, get permission, you know, before you can buy. So that takes a while. So this is exactly how we did. So this is the first campaign. It's a carousel. We all want to go out to the lookalike audience, people that we are targeting but do not know about us yet. And then after that, we will convert them into our custom audience, which is warm audience, whether they visited our product. And then the next advertisement will follow them wherever they go. So whether they either added to cart, they will see the next advertisement, which is the coupon. And then the next advertisement will show them is, you know, look, I have this promotion. You had purchased from me before. Come back. So that's how we illustrate or strategize for e-commerce business. Questions? All good? Good. I like this class. So, so after you know that, look, this is my strategy. So what are you going to do next? Of course, when the strategy is there, when the funnel is there, the next thing is you want to optimize and you want to know your ROI, whether your let's say your 1,000 ringgit is making you 10,000 ringgit that you're looking for. So how do we look at the whole thing? So first, you know, we have this. This is one of the snapshots that we get from Facebook Analytics. Facebook Analytics illustrate you the movement, you know, of your audiences from one step to another. So from here, you're able to know that what is really lacking. So for example, your conversion rate is about 8.82%, fantastic. And you know, it even gives you the median completion time, which is about 11 hours, which means, okay, from you come back, I mean, averagely it's 11 hours, then you'll make the purchase. So from one to another, you're able to see, like for example, from seeing a product to add to cart is kind of poor. So only 30% of them, they will go to add to cart. So what can you do next is probably because of the copywriting, Could it be because of the pricing or anything that you want to look into? So after added to cart, only about 60% initiated checkout. In fact, this is good number lah. So if you're looking at only 10% initiated checkout from add to cart, then you probably want to look at your carting system. Yeah. So these are the few areas that you'll be looking at. So the next thing that we want to look at is, we want to put the numbers into play. So, say for example, from the number that we get right now, just now, we know that this is actually the conversion rate from one layer to another. The next thing that we want to do is we want to calculate our really ROI. So how do we calculate our ROI? Of course, every business will have different one, but I'm just going to share with you based on our case. So to calculate your ROI, the first thing that you want to look at is your average cost per order is how much. So let's say, for example, you're spending 17 ringgit to get one order. It could be you're spending 100 ringgit to get 6 orders. That makes out to about 17 ringgit per order. So this is the amount that you need to find out. Because if you are not able to have the funnel like this, you won't be able to know. Because you won't be able to trace how many people are from Facebook advertising that ends up buying. Okay, so that's really important. So you know that you're spending 17 ringgit to get an order. The next thing that you want to find out is really look at your order, your value per order, which is that averagely for my client, the customer spends 120 ringgit per order, which is a good number. So the average margin every order is about 30%, which means about 36 ringgit. So from here, you need to do your ROAS calculation. ROAS means return on advertising spend. Or people call it ROI. It works. So your ROAS calculation is based on how much you spend versus how much you get. So from here, you know that you're getting 19 ringgit profit per order. Now this profit, the average margin, you have to remember to deduct also your manpower cost, your time cost or whatsoever, because that's something that some of our clients missed out. They said that, oh, I'm actually getting 10 ringgit per order. By the end of the day, I asked, hey, your people don't need money. Your people who pack, people who travel and send the parcel to the post office, etc. You need to calculate all these costs in. So yeah, e-commerce has got a lot more complicated costing structure. So every business is really different. So the other questions that you want to ask after you have this number out is you want to ask, how many percent is your customer return? The repeat purchase rate. So let's say in 6 months' time, say for example, 10% of your customers comes back. Is there anything you can do to increase it? Or are you doing anything to increase it? Okay, so that's another part of strategy that you need to look into. And then, of course, the repeat sales cycle duration. Whether they come back every 3 months, 6 months, or is there any way that you can actually bring them come back every 1 month? I don't know. It's entirely your business. So that's how we actually put, more clarity into Facebook advertising. Although the whole thing is Facebook advertising, but it turns out to be more like, mathematics class. I'm sorry about this, but I guess it's really important for us to understand all this. Because to me, very simple. My approach of advertising is always about numbers. And that's the reason why I started digital advertising as my career. I never touched conventional advertising. I don't believe that. I don't really believe it. So, that's e-commerce business. Any question? Next, let's go into B2B businesses. Now, B2B businesses is a little bit more straightforward, at the same time, more work. Okay, so B2B business has got a few key characteristics if you are really advertising on Facebook. Okay, first, advertising for B2B businesses, usually you have a longer conversion window. Average for B2B business conversion window is 1 month to 3 months, most of the time. To put it into perspective, it makes sense. Like for example, for our agency clients, people who inquire us may want to actually meet us first, second time, hear our proposal, propose to management, and then the GM went holiday for 1 month, come back, that's 3 months down the road, only then come back, hey, our GM decided to use you. That's conversion window. Typical for most B2B businesses. Okay, so it's ranging from 1 month to 3 months to 6 months, even some may go up to 24 months. That's for oil and gas industry. So, longer conversion window. And then, of course, we will have longer repeat sales cycle. Like for example, if you sign up with me, one contract is minimum 6 months. So whether you want to repeat, that's another 6 months down the road. Meanwhile, if I want more sales, I need to get more people. Okay, so that's, yeah. And then the next thing we're looking at is, for B2B business, instead of going for sales, you need to look at your lead generation method. So instead of going for conversion, okay, for B2B business, we care about one very important thing. The quality of the leads that we are getting. The quality of leads that we are getting. That's the focus point that we're looking at. Okay? And then, of course, the next thing we're looking at for B2B business is, the lead nurturing is the key success factor. So a lead coming tendency is, I'm not sure about what is the conversion like for most B2B business. If you are in B2B business, usually, the conversion is ranging from 5 to 15%. That's based on our cases. Well, certain times we may go up to about 50%. So that's it's really important for you to nurture your leads, because put it this way, people who inquire for my agency service now, if they do not use us now, okay, they may open again a year later. I mean, that's the nature of my business. I'm not sure about yours. So I am supposed to do something to keep contact with this client, hoping that 1 year later they will consider us. Come on, of course. So that's very important key point here that we want to take away is you need to focus on your lead nurturing process. Okay, then so I'm going to share with you a case study of my client. My client says okay to share this, so I'll just go ahead. A brief introduction. A brief introduction benefit to be my client. Brief introduction about Boost Order. Boost Order is a manufacturer inventory management system. So what do you do is, like, if you are actually a manufacturer or a wholesaler that you want to manage ordering from different distributors, the conventional way is they will call you when they need to order, and then you need to write down, you need to ask office whether you have stock, etc. or not. But Boost Order streamlines everything, and it's integrating with most of the POS or so-called accounting systems out there. So it makes your so-called enterprise ordering hell a lot easier. So what we do is we have been running solely advertising on Facebook, and this is a really successful case study. We have about 3% conversion rate. Out of 350 leads that we captured in the past 5 months, we had about 10 converted. Not too bad, really not too bad. Because the value we're looking at is about 10,000 and above. Really not too bad. So how do we do that? Okay, how do we do that? First, we run lead generation advertisement like this. This is a lead generation advertisement. So lead generation advertisement, which means, you click on this, then you see this, you just fill up. Most of the items are pre-filled. So you just click submit. It goes to my client, and my client will WhatsApp you right away. That's lead generation. So what happened next is, we will actually drill their audiences into these kind of segments. They also have a website, so we will target people who visited their website in the past 90 days. That's our window that we're looking at. And then people who opened their lead form but did not submit in the past 90 days. People who viewed their video up to 50% in the past 90 days. Engaged their page for the past 30 days. Engage means, they have quite a number of people who actually ask questions. Or even PM them to ask for more information. And then, of course, we will also look at the leads. We will actually run something for unconverted leads. So, let's get into the campaign side of it. We will also use Google, but for their case, not much, because really little searches. It's a super niche product. Okay, of course, we will have how come the first one doesn't come up? Okay, so okay, so lead generation, Google, and then it all brings back to websites. So the next campaign here is we are targeting people who visited but didn't inquire, open lead form, didn't submit. We will run different set of advertisement to them. And last but not least, people who submitted leads but did not convert, we will also run different set of advertisement to them. So, are you done? I'm just going to show you how does it work in the flowchart. Okay, this is how it works. Let me do some explanation. Video advertisement. Okay, to show you how it works. So this video advertisement, you have two ways. Either you click and then you open lead form. Whether you submit or not, you know. So if you do not submit, it goes here. So if you come here, let's say if you open this lead form and you didn't submit, first 7 days you will see first advertisement about USP1. Okay? And then on the second week, you will see second advertisement about USP2. Both of these advertisements brings you to lead gen. It's a lead gen advertisement. So either way you submit, you become here. So this is the people, you know, who actually submitted lead on website or the lead form. So if you're still so stubborn and you do not want to submit after two weeks, the next advertisement will be a blog post telling you that why do you want to use this product. Okay? Then eventually I'll bring you to website. And the website, of course, I want you to submit lead form. If you don't, then of course, I will have another advertisement to give you another blog post about why people use my product. Make sense? Okay? So, what about those who have submitted leads and didn't convert? Okay? We will actually run another advertisement to remind them about our USPs from time to time. You may have no need now, but you may have the need maybe in the future, 3 months down the road. Okay? Or you probably want to recommend this to your friend. I will also do another slideshow to tell you that how people use my product, because that might trigger your imagination. You see, for B2B business, it's like this. A lot of times people cannot imagine what do you sell. And they cannot imagine how do they use their product, your product. So you need to actually teach or educate or so-called nurture your leads from various angles. And that's exactly how we put up a campaign for a B2B business. Questions? All good? See? We are obvious. Okay, but do you have clear picture about all these strategies and all that? It's actually the first step. First, you need to understand how the strategy work. Then, you need to work on the execution part. Come to my class. How can I do it here? We need to go soon. We only have about 15 minutes left. Yeah, we have. I'm going to talk about it later. I'm supposed to talk about it later. So if you do not have questions, so you have heard about all these strategies. You have heard about. Is it too cold? You want to switch? Stay strong. I promise 10 minutes. I'll let you go. So that's how we do things. That's how we actually do strategizing and executing campaigns for our clients. Well, so there are the other areas, of course. I did mention that after you have the strategy, after you have the things to put into places, you also need to identify which are the areas to optimize. So I'm going to give you a few further optimization options. If you're already running this kind of strategy on your own, okay, then I urge you to think from these questions, the perspective of these questions to help you optimize your campaign. So the first question that we're going to look at is, you want to run split tests. If you are not running split tests, consider doing it. What do you mean by split tests? Now, do you run different advertisement for male and female? You do? Good. If you are not, do it. Do you run advertisement for people who are aged 18 to 25 and those who are 26 and above? Consider doing that, because different age group thinks differently, and a lot of times, actually the conversion rate varies. So target audience optimization, split testing and optimizing on this area is important. The other area that we want to look at is optimization methods. Now, this is technical. I'm just going to tell you, I'm only able to tell you from the surface. Yes. A/B split test, yes. Yeah. So split testing on the audience, target audience is one thing. Okay, split testing based on optimization methods, which is another thing. Now, there are up to 5 types of optimization when it comes to Facebook advertising. Either, let's say, for example, you want to go for website traffic, or landing page view, or impressions, or frequency. These are the few optimizations methods available. You need to understand them in order to use them effectively. So that's optimization. Next, we have placement. Well, do you test whether Facebook gives you more leads or Instagram gives you more leads? Why? Okay, and then of course we want to look at whether this design works better or that design works better. This kind of copywriting works better or that works better. So these are the few key optimization areas that you want to look at. And then if you have your own website, the next thing that you want to look at is your landing page optimization. Are you writing it right? Are you structuring it right? Are you putting the right color for your button? I mean, these are certain questions to ask when it comes to landing page optimization. And last but not least, what are you doing to increase your customer lifetime value? There must be something you can do to increase your customer lifetime value. And that's exactly the few areas that I urge you to start looking into your business and probably come up with some strategy to optimize. So that kind of like leads us to a summary of what we have learned today. So from the past 1.5 hours or so, we have covered several things, and we know that now it's really important to have the right strategy, the right objectives, the right target audience, and the right optimized ads and design to actually create an optimized or Facebook advertising campaign. But the more importantly here is we talked about strategy just now. Okay, but here these are the few things that we have not covered. I'm not intentionally not covering it today. It's just because I can't. It's 1.5 hour kind of thing. So you see, so it's really important to look at the other 3 key areas, which is the right objective, right target audience, and optimized ads design and copy. Most importantly, okay, in a data-driven, plus data-driven optimization techniques. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in Facebook Advertising Masterclass. How's my selling skill so far? Not too bad, right? Now, Facebook Advertising Masterclass covers really important things. Well, this class has been around for 2 years now. We have trained people like EcoWorld, Sunway, over 3,000 people in the past 2 years. So these are the few things that we talk about in this class. It's a one-day class, 10 to 5. Okay, so we're going to talk about first the common mistakes that Facebook advertisers make. We learned this from these 2,000 over people that we work with. It's really important for you to understand to avoid them. Then we also talk about Facebook tools and features that a lot of businesses actually overlook. But it's really important for you to look at them, to put it into your marketing mix. Okay, then this is the key. We're going to drill deep into each and every one of the Facebook advertising objectives available. Now, you're looking at 11 on the surface. Some of them have sub-objectives. And all these sub-objectives are going to make you even more confused. And then, for the past 3 months, we see some shift in Facebook advertising strategy. Not strategy, their features and certain things are changing at the back end. It affects your optimization as well. So it's really important to understand what are the things that have changed, what are the areas that you want to look into. If you have been through creating Facebook advertisement using Facebook Ads Manager, okay, I'm gonna guarantee you, a lot of things are in your face. You just don't know how to use it. You just don't know how to actually make use of it. So this is exactly what we're going to cover. Okay, then we're going to talk about 3 very important audience targeting techniques. And these are the 3, of course, we might have one new one. So these are the advertising techniques that, to put it this way, save our asses from some disasters where we are managing clients' campaigns. Okay, really? And last but not least, we're going to cover some ads design and copywriting do's and don'ts when it comes to Facebook advertisement. So fundamentally, let me put it up to you, very simple. What you're going to go through for this one day 10 to 5 training is I'm going to share with you what didn't work for us, so that you won't make the same mistake again. We have spent close to 5 million for, not us, I don't have 5 million. For brands. So, we have learned a few things here and there. Okay? So, what is the other good thing about this is, I am Facebook Blueprint certified. So, this is properly trained by Facebook. You can find out about Facebook Blueprint certification. And what makes us different from other trainers is, we run ads for our clients. Currently, we are managing close to about 150,000 monthly for clients, big and small. So a lot of things, we have no choice but to go through firsthand. We have no choice but to hit the roadblock ourselves. Then only we know how to actually share with you. So that's fundamentally about this class. So, the next thing, no one asks. The next class is on 7 June. It's a Thursday. Okay? We always have it in PJ Trade Center. It's a place called iSpace Training Center. Okay? So normal ticket price for normal ticket price is 600 per pax. If you sign up today, it's 400 per pax. You save 200 ringgit. So very simple, just go to our website, tribeupacademy.com, and use code CSS400 to sign up. The offer ends tonight. I'm serious. Do I look not serious? Yeah, the offer ends tonight. So, yeah, I have to see you on 7 June. If you have any more questions, we can discuss separately. But if you have anything you want to raise now, if you want to benefit the rest of the crowd, I prefer questions like this so that we can learn together.
Okay, can we have 3 questions?
Yeah.
We have to pause there, see?
General knowledge to fit everybody's needs. What about the application on my own business? Is that possible to get support from you after the class?
Okay. Yeah, we have something newly launched. We haven't really worked on this. So I mean, going through the class is beneficial if you really want to learn the in and outs. But if you really want to go into your business perspective, we have this campaign audit service. So campaign audit is very straightforward. We sit with you, we ask you important questions about your business, exactly like what we go through. So what is your business objective? What is your conversion window, and etc. And then we will look at your current Facebook advertising campaigns, if you already have. Okay, then after that we'll come up with a strategy for you. Then you can actually work on it yourself. So yeah, you can actually, I'll get a contact from you. So we can follow up with you if you want to go into this service. It's a one-on-one service. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi. Hey, I just have a question because for my business, when I advertise on Facebook, for instance, I fall into this trap that even though I do my targeting and I put interest, put geolocations and age and genders, yet I kind of attract clickbaits on my ad.
Clickbait.
You know those kind of profiles which have really weird names and they just give me reactions on my links?
So which objective did you choose?
It depends. It's actually very variant between different objectives.
Okay.
So it's kind of common practice, and even when I'm boosting a post, when I'm putting an ad, so you kind of get the essence that I'm getting a lot of likes on my posts.
Did you boost post? Did you click boost button?
Yes.
That's the only button you click?
After adjusting like
of course, I mean, you have to go through the selection, etc. Right? Yeah. But if you boost post, that's exactly the action that you're looking for. Likes, comments, and shares. So if you want to go for something else like clicks, really clicks, you need to go for traffic. Yeah. So go to traffic and then choose your targeting. You have to go into Ads Manager to go through all this. Yeah. Don't do it on the page itself. You have very limited so-called selections.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, one more.
We should ask how to, like example, I selected boosting my Facebook, right? How to use the product is quite expensive, streaming service. So I should boost like the location nearby, or how to target the rich people to come in. What are the suggestion wording for? Is it branded item like? Or fatty foods that which is expensive, like Haagen-Dazs, all this, or what? Or competitor name, or...
Okay. I would like to understand which objective you use first. Are you boosting a post or you're going for something else? Did you boost a post? Did you
want to get the leads? Want to get a client to come in?
Okay, when you say you want to get client, you see, one thing I mentioned just now, it's really important to plan the series of actions that leads ultimately to your end goal. So let's say for your case, is your end goal is you want to see how many people actually came to your center.
Correct.
Okay, so what is the first action that you're looking at here? Are you boosting a post? Or are you going for lead generation? Or are you driving clicks to your website? What is the first thing?
Lead generation. Mainly, I did a video.
Okay.
Now is at the Facebook there. Because after you choose the area and then you choose all this, right? So you, example, I only have like 500 ringgit. So 1 cent per customer, about 50,000 seeing how to maximize the leads to come in.
So when you say leads, how do you define leads?
Potential client that will come up.
How do they contact you? They comment? They PM you or they submit lead form?
I use Google Form, submit lead form.
You use Google Form,
Yeah.
okay, good. If you use Google Form, okay, are you using traffic objective? I'm asking from the really key point here to get Facebook advertising right is to choose the objective right. So if you are using a Google Form and then you click the boost button, then you're not getting the right action. Remember, the moment you choose your objective, you are choosing the action that you're looking for. So if you're choosing boost post, click the boost button, you are getting likes, comments and shares. Likes, comments and shares. And we did a quick check just now. None of us liked or commented or shared a post from a business page before. So if you don't do it in the past 3 to 6 months, you won't reach us. You will actually reach people who are likely to take this action. So it's very important to understand from the first action standpoint here. So if you're actually looking for this, if you're looking for, let's say you want people to go to your Google form and submit, you should try traffic. So it's not really the matter of the audience, that's a secondary thing. The first thing is to get the objective right, then only you get the audience right. Because even though you're trying to target these 1,000 people, so these 1,000 people, put it this way, and here we have how many? We have 100 plus, I don't know, do we? So let's say 100 plus people here, all of us uses Facebook differently. So this could be a group of people who likes to watch video. This could be the group of people who click links. That could be the group of people who likes comments or shares. So when you choose boost post, that group of people will see first, before the rest. But what you really want is people who click and submit. So you should choose the objective right from the very beginning. That's what I'm saying. So it's really not, I mean, of course the audience targeting is important. Remember the 3 key points here. Objective, targeting, then only your advertisement. That forms the structure. I hope I answered your question. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it from Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Okay, before we end our class, we have one more market info sharing by MyParcel Asia, Encik Zakki. So Encik Zakki will be sharing about his logistic platform. Okay, so you ready?
Deliveries and more deliveries, yeah. So what we are today is a platform, MyParcel Asia. We are linked to Post Laju, DHL, TNT, nationwide. You can call and compare prices. We are like the Agoda of courier providers. So you can, I'll just walk you through the website. So you need to register for the first time, but I'll bring you through my login. So I've already registered. So when you register, you'll have your own dashboard, right? What you have on your own dashboard. So let's say you have 2, 3, 4, 5 parcels to be sent. Currently what you do is you get in the car, you drive to Post Laju or DHL or ABX, GDEX, and you send your parcel. Right now, no, you just need to stay put. From your office or from your home, you just come to our website, you log in. Let's do an example. Let's say I have a pickup to be done. We do a door-to-door delivery with Post Laju, yeah? And we are 6 ringgit for 1 kilo. Again, 6 ringgit for 1 kilo. So let's say we have from Selangor to Kuala Lumpur, 1 kilo, quote and book. So what you see here is post laju delivery. One is for parcel and one is for documents. So all you need to do is, you're sending a parcel per se, you click the date, pick up date. So this is your pick up date. Or you can also click this for walk-in, meaning when you print the consignment note later, you can just walk to any nearest post laju and drop it in. You don't have to queue, you don't have to wait. Right? If you don't want walk-in, you just pick this date and post laju will come and pick up your parcel from your doorstep. But you need to know your weight correctly. Yeah? So how to enjoy 6 ringgit is you just need to top up as low as 50 ringgit. It's like a touch and go. You top up 50 and as you use it deducts from that 50. And it lasts you for 6 months, this discounted rate. Otherwise, if you don't want to top up, it's fine, you pay 980, which is just the same price as the walk-in at post laju. So you click select, 4 areas here. First one is make sure packaging is done correctly. Second one is printer, have a printer ready. Sorry. So second, make sure you have a printer and consignment note ready. You need to make sure you have declared the weight correctly. So what happens here is you have 1 kilo, right? You put in 1 kilo. Now, then when you click and make payment, post laju comes and pick up the parcel. They bring it back and they say it's 2 kilos. So we have been charged 2 kilos, but you've only paid us 1 kilo. So we will charge you the difference at the normal rate. So what they're trying to say here is, make sure that the parcel rate is the final weight has been validated correctly, and don't send in dangerous goods. So you press continue. So let's say we are sending sports goods, boots, 200 ringgit. So when you sign up, they will ask you for your pickup address, which I've done, and I press in, and everything is automated. And you might have repeat buyers on your website. You can have an address book. You can save it, and it fills up automatically here. You chose post laju, and this is their service terms and conditions here. We're having nationwide, ABX, TNT, Aeromax, and DHL. So then you can compare price in the future, right? So for now it's post laju. So you fill up the details earlier, you click next. So this is my cart, right? So this is the most recent one I've done. This line here. So 6 ringgit, I go check out, confirm order, and I make payment. When I make this payment online, what will happen next is you will generate this consignment note. This consignment note is what you fill out at post laju and mailbox express and so forth and so on. So we are all digitalized. So when this has been printed out, if it's a pickup that you chose, our system is linked to post laju and send the signal for a pickup to be initiated at your doorstep. Could be a house or could be your office for 6 ringgit. So currently now you're walking into GDEX and paying 7, 8, 9 ringgit a kilo. This method, not only do you not have to go out, they come and pick up, but also you save money. So you have 3 benefits here. One is door to door, you don't need to go out. Second is 6 ringgit, you save money. And the third, which I like to share here, is if you go back to the dashboard, every single shipment that you sent with MyParcel Asia, you will have this dashboard on the left here, which you will be able to analyze all your data. So yeah, you can analyze all the data. For example, if I go to my orders, I will be able to see all my historical shipments over here. All you need to do is press, and you can look at all the details. You can even download the consignment note again. You can even download the invoice of that particular shipment. You can even range it. I only want to see something I sent last week, last month. Yeah, you can range it from the date here, from this date to this date. If you go to all shipments, you'll be able to see and track your shipments on a real-time basis. So you don't need to go to Post Laju website anymore. You can track it from over here, the status, delivered in transit, delivered in transit, so forth and so on. If you want to, you can even press this, and everything will be exported into a spreadsheet for you. So sometimes a lot of people that do online business, they have issues of data. They don't know how to compile all the data. So in this way, when you press download, you will have all your data here at a click of a button. So for example, you wanna do your Facebook ads, like what Jason was saying earlier. You can check by states. You can filter all these data. Imagine you have thousands of shipments. You can check, hey, hang on, Sabah, Sarawak are not really buying. So I can push my Facebook ads to Sabah and Sarawak. So these are kind of simple data that usually people like only Lazada and the likes will share with you. But we are giving this information to you for free. So 3 benefits, door to door, 6 ringgit, you save about 2-3 ringgit per kilo. And you have data, historical data, at your doors, at your fingerprint, at your finger steps. So yes, pretty much we have been live for 4 months. The volumes have been overwhelming. A lot of people have been using us. We are open. We have a booth outside. I think one last thing I'd just like to share is, how many shipments do you all think is Malaysia handling domestically per day, parcel-wise? 200,000. 200,000. Okay. We hit 800,000 in December last year, and now we're touching almost 1 million a day. Yeah. So next question I'd like to ask: how many percent of that do you think is Lazada's volume? I mean, Lazada is the biggest marketplace here in Malaysia. So how many percent of that do you think? 40, 60? The answer is 3%. Lazada is doing 30,000 orders a day. So if we add the Lazadas, the 11th Streets, the Fashion Valleys, the Zaloras and all, let's say 200,000, 20% of the market. 800,000 of the volumes are people like yourselves. The Facebook sellers, the WhatsApp sellers, the online sellers, the SMEs.
But Lazada have their own deliveries, right?
Yes, they do.
So do you take account of that? The 1 million?
It is. It's 30,000 orders per day that they are doing on their website and deliveries. So yes, they do a combination of Lax, Lazada Express, their own fleet, as well as Post Laju, GDEX and the rest they use. But what I'm trying to emphasize here is you guys are the ones that are making the volumes of tomorrow. And we are focusing a lot on SMEs. This price that you see here for 6 ringgit, if you're not spending anything like 40,000 a month with the courier providers, you're not going to get this price. But we are allowing this price to the mass market. And that's what e-commerce and online business is all about. You don't book a flight anymore from the travel agent. You go direct, right? Because you get a good rate because of online. So that's what we're trying to do. Offer this to the mass market. Any questions?
Yes, like WordPress integration.
Actually, we just integrated with WordPress, WooCommerce. WooCommerce to be exact. But WooCommerce is on WordPress, I understand, right? I'm not a technical guy, but yes, we did that. We did that in fact for our customer. Some of you might know Siti Khadijah. So Siti Khadijah is our customer. We've integrated with them. They were using WooCommerce, WordPress. So essentially what this gentleman is saying is, currently you need to key in your pickup address, delivery address. What we do when we integration